Hello everyone. In today's video, I bring something very special. Why is it very special, you ask? Well, because it's about the United Nations and it's one of my favorite topics and I think it's extremely interesting. So in today's video, I will be talking about the Society for Industrial and Organizational Psychology United Nations team, which I have the tremendous honor to be a part of through an official internship. Now, what does the team do, really? So, PSYOP's United Nations team seeks to bring theory, research, and practice of work psychology to support the achievement of the United Nations mandates. Now, in 2011, PSYOP was granted special consultative status by the United Nations Economic and Social Council, also known as ECOSOC. 9 years later, the relationship is still going strong, but how did that start? It started with the effort of 4 different PSYOP administrations and their presidents, one of them being Dr. Gary Latham. He is a very famous IO psychologist within our field who pioneered goal-setting theory among Dr. Edwin Locke. So many of the papers that we read are named Locke and Latham goal-setting theory. So he is one of the ones that made this happen. What is PSYOP's UN Committee's actual role? So to get into the role, I want to read to you specifically 3 of our main strategic objectives. So objective number 1, to support the United Nations in achieving its mandate through high-quality solutions to address humanitarian and development issues within the United Nations common system through IO psychology expertise. Number 2, in conjunction with the United Nations common system, to set up organized infrastructure and facilitate pro bono work with PSYOP. Number 3 is to form multi-stakeholder partnerships with the UN Common System to identify potential projects where PSYOP's members can apply IO knowledge to aid the UN Common System. So what does this all mean? They're talking about how can we talk with the UN to find about what are those projects that are going to help the UN and how can we leverage all the expert people within our field and that are part of PSYOP so that they can get involved in those projects and they can also help the United Nations. Now, this is one of my favorite parts of the video because I will introduce you to 3 of the top members of the PSYOP United Nations team and 1 official intern like myself that is an incredible person as well. To get started, we start with Dr. Lori Foster. She is a PSYOP UN Committee member and an IO psychology professor at North Carolina State University, where she has a famous research lab called the 4D Lab. They're doing tremendous research on the lab and advancing the field in incredible ways as well. She has also worked or taught at the University of Cape Town in South Africa. And Dr. Foster has worked for the White House in many occasions and has been working with the United Nations consistently now for years. She is one of the top IO psychologists within our field without a doubt. Okay, the second one that I'm introducing is Dr. Stuart Carr. Dr. Carr is a prominent IO psychologist within our field that is very famous and has elected status with PSYOP. Having elected status basically means that you have had a tremendous impact in the field and in the organization of PSYOP. Dr. Carr is the pioneer of the subfield of humanitarian work psychology, having authored 2 impressive books on the topic. Dr. Carr also has created the GOHWP, which stands for Global Organization for Humanitarian Work Psychology, where there's a lot of congregation of different IO experts pitching into projects to develop humanitarian work around the world. He has also done very important research in research and project. It is actually called Project GLOW. Project GLOW stands for Global Living Organizational Wage. And it has had a very large impact within the field and also in the world. The third one I'm introducing to you, I appreciate very much. His name is Dr. Drew Mallory. Dr. Mallory is currently a professor at Sassin School of Management in Bangkok, Thailand. Dr. Mallory has been involved in a massive project called the UN Global Compact. This project urges organizational leaders, presidents, companies to join this compact, which aims to make sure that the Sustainable Development Goals from the UN are being met. His focus has been on social work with autistic adults. He has been on governmental social policies. He has created evidence-based social interventions and conducted diversity research to contribute to reduce inequalities as part of the Sustainable Development Goals with the UN. Number 4, we have the official intern, Amy Lace. Amy is a PsyOp UN committee intern and social organizational psychology PhD student at Columbia University Teachers College. She has been directly working with the UN on security policy and discovering the power of psychological research for advancing peace, security, and sustainable development goals within the UN common system. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was informative, and just want to say that these people are incredible. They are, just working with the United Nations, helping to make those sustainable development goals happen. And this is important for us because 10 years from now, if we don't meet these goals, there's going to be serious consequences, not just in the world of work, but in climate change, in poverty, in hunger, which is some of the goals that are being addressed with the United Nations. So as always, it has been a pleasure for me to do this, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Have a beautiful day.